Hey guys, let's talk about training today. What training do I recommend in the weight room? It's really pretty simple. You've got to design a program that matches your goals and needs, matches the needs of your physical body, where you're at in life, your age, your race demands, whatever your activity demands are, your lifestyle demands. But one thing that remains consistent throughout all of my programming and throughout all of my engagements with clients is we need to be strong. And if you are not strong, and if you're not training to be strong, then you're going to get hurt. Strength solves a multitude of problems. In fact, it solves most of our physical problems in the fact that it makes us more resilient. It gives us the highest level of function possible. It lowers our pain levels to the lowest level possible. So if you want to be the highest functioning adult human possible, if you want to be someone who can play with your grandkids, or if you want to be someone who can go hike up the mountain, or if you're one of my, outdoor recreational athletes who wants to run a marathon or a half marathon or your first 5K, or maybe you want to compete in CrossFit or do the triple bypass here in Colorado, which I'm training for, this 118-mile bike ride. There's one thing consistent for all of us. You need a strength training program, and you probably are doing it incorrectly. It needs to be simple. It needs to be consistent. It needs to be every single week. At a bare minimum, we're looking for 2 days a week, 45 minutes to an hour in the weight room. Many of you are doing those things, but what most of you are not doing is you're not going heavy enough. When I talk about strength training, I'm talking about picking up really heavy weight, almost at your maximum, and doing sets that are 3 to 5 reps, long rest periods. So you've got to use a timer, 2 to 3 minutes of rest in between those sets, where you sit down and you play with your phone or do something. You don't superset. For all of my endurance athletes out there, you don't get to hold a plank or do pull-ups or jumping jacks or something else in between. You put a heavy barbell on your back, you squat it 3 to 5 times with perfect form, and you sit down for 2 minutes, and you do that again, and then you do that again, 3 to 5 reps, 3 to 5 sets. There's a perfect default of 5x5 that works pretty well. There's some adjustment that may or may not need to be made based on your fitness level and how you're responding to that. But you've got to do low reps, 5 reps or less, and heavy weight. What does that heavy weight mean? Heavy weight truly means 2-ish reps in reserve. So I squat 5 reps for my set, and I could have done 1, maybe 2 more. I could have done 7 before collapsing. I could not have gotten to 8, 9, or 10. If I can do 10 reps and I'm doing sets of 5, not getting a workout in, not getting strong, not accomplishing my goals. However, what most of you are doing is putting weight on that you can do 10 or 15 reps with, and doing 10, 15, 20 reps, doing 3 sets of 20, 3 sets of 15, whether your personal trainer taught you how to do this, or whether that's just what you think you should do, or you don't want to build muscle. There's all these stories I hear as to why you're doing that. But what we know, what the science is super clear, there's no question mark here, is you're building some strength if you're a beginner. That's fine. But the true foundational strength, the most efficient way of building absolute strength, is low reps, high intensity. So really almost that maximum weight, just 1 or 2 reps in reserve at the end of each set. Long rest periods so you can recover. That's 2 to 3 minutes. It can be longer. You could take 5 or 10 minutes. Problem is then you're in the weight room for hours on end and you lose focus. So 2 to 3 minutes is the sweet spot. And You repeat that day in and day out. You pick some core lifts, you squat, you pull from the ground with a deadlift, you push overhead, maybe do some pull-ups and some bench press. Those specific exercises can be designed around who you are and what your goals are. But here's what I can tell you. Everybody I work with, from my professional triathletes winning world titles to my highest level CrossFitters who think they're training strength day in and day out, to my 80-year-old grandmas who just want to be able to keep playing with their grandkids. All of you, all of these clients have the one thing in common. They need to get stronger and maintain strength. And as we age, that strength system is what we're losing. Your 15 to 20 rep range, you're probably not losing nearly as much of that as you age. But that 5x5 strength, that true ability to move heavy weight is what you're losing. And more importantly, it's what protects you. It's what will help you at mile 20 of your marathon. It's what will help you at mile 90 of your 100-mile ultra. It's what will hopefully get me over the third triple bypass climb going over Vail Pass next month. It is the solution, and it is also what will make your body resilient and able to hold up to other things. So this is true and it's the same in CrossFit. CrossFit is a great way of training if you're a CrossFitter out there. I've got no problems with CrossFit. I do a lot of CrossFit myself. I'm not a CrossFit hater, but for your average class attendee in CrossFit, what I see is oftentimes you get caught up in the EMOMs and the daily WODs, and CrossFit is much more of an endurance sport, endurance training activity on a daily basis than it is a strength activity. We see our elite level CrossFitters moving incredible amounts of weights. They're training 6, 7, 8 hours a day. They're doing strength cycles. They are not doing the programming you're doing every day in your box. What you need to do, just like my endurance athletes and just like my moms and dads and grandmas, is find 2 days a week where you truly do a focused strength training program. And that needs to be something you somewhat enjoy, but more importantly, something you're just disciplined about. And as I tell my clients, we need to figure this out and design it in such a way that you do it for the rest of your life, and you do slowly progress, and you take some short periods off to just recover and reset. But ultimately, we need to strength train on a weekly basis, on a regular basis with heavy weights for the rest of our lives. So if that's interesting, if that strikes a chord with you, my email is runfreept@gmail.com. Comment on this video. Let's set up a time to chat. Let me help you get on the right track. Let me help you design a program that will impact your life and your future, your race results, and your life results. This sounds super simple, but most people are not doing it. Most people are not figuring it out. And it needs to be simple, but it also needs to be consistent and reinforced and built up in such a way that you're both safe and healthy and able to continue to complete rep after rep at heavy weights and get stronger. And this will be the biggest game changer, I think, you could possibly have in your health journey. Thanks for listening. Comment again. Let me know what you guys would like to hear. I'm just learning how to do this YouTube thing. I'll learn how to edit better. I'll learn how to present better. But my goal is to share meaningful information and to educate folks. There's so much misinformation out there. There's so many trainers, physios, chiropractors, physicians, and then just non-experienced fools on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere else sharing messages that are lies. There's all these Instagram influencers and models that look good. They may or may not know how to train. let me tell you, training is actually straightforward. It's basic. It's not a mystery. We know the answers. You just need to connect with someone who guides you through them, and then you need to get on track and get consistent. Be strong.